Okay, first video of the year. Happy New Year. Rooting. So I'm going to do standing rooting. So two basic ways rooting is used. One is I'm rooted, you can't move me. And two is I've got connection to the earth energies. They can be the same or they can be separate. If you've got enough energy from Qigong, from what you've eaten, from your location, from whatever, you start spinning energy around the meridians, around the energy vessels, you get a gyroscopic effect and you'll be very stable. So somebody's got to shove you and you won't move. They'll try to lift you and they'll struggle. Very common, very basic, very easy, very easily misunderstood. Spin something, stuff happens. So the basic ones you've got is a microcosmic orbit, which is governing conceptual vessels that cuts you in half. Bladder, kidney meridians, big fellas that run right around the body. Spin energy in those, you get effects. Then if you get into the Qigong, you fill all the energy meridians, energy vessels up with energy. Using your intent, you can start to spin them more and more and more. And with a little bit of training, you can spin a lot. So then, for instance, you can spin all the energy in all the meridians in the arm for a heavy hand strike, which you'll get an effect if you can do one. You'll get an extremely good effect if you can do pericardium triple warmer. If you can do the lot, you're going to get a massive effect. Most people get away with one or two because it's all they'll ever need, which is fantastic. People try and explain why you've got more inertia, they can't pick you up. If they don't use chi energy, in their example they flounder. I've watched a guy at a seminar, top bloke, talk for 30 minutes after I went, "How does that work, sir?" And he basically said nothing. Everybody else has switched off and I'm waiting for the key words, nothing. I was quite happy with my theories that stuff spins. So if you know that, you know where it spins, you know what the energy is, somebody can root, you can push them, and then you can uproot them. So when you hit somebody and you use a martial arts technique, and you're using the hip, double hip, you can uproot them, bang, and then they fly past really nicely. At an advanced level, you can make yourself heavier while you're on the move. So now we've got momentum. Obviously we need it, if we're going to use a heavy hand strike, we need momentum rather than inertia. So the initial way of gaining the energy is rooting. And that is nice comfy stance. If you want to do all the posturing stuff, soft knees, feet maybe slightly pointed in, tuck the tailbone under, straight back, lift from the crown chakra, relax, relax, relax. Send energy using your imagination as you breathe out, send energy through your feet into the earth and imagine it going out like roots of a tree. And the idea is to find the good energy and let it come back up. And if you get that, you'll go, ooh. You probably get mottled red hands and you'll probably get a nice buzz. If you stood over an electrical cable or over maybe some water or a dodgy area, you might get some negative. So now, if somebody gives you a shove, you're going to be stable. But as soon as you step off, it don't work. So you can use it while you wait for a bus to charge up, like plugging in the mains, like plugging your mobile phone in the charger. You can use it, boom, to initiate a technique. If you've got if it kicks off, you're not going to be thinking that, but while you're watching it kick off, you might be able to connect up and charge up a little bit. Good for standing meditation, good for standing Qigong, as in standing tree, or standing still as a post. So let's up it a bit. And we're going to look at the lower dantian. So imagine there's an energy centre in here. And for a visualisation, imagine it's a rugby football. So in your belly, you've got a little rugby football. So you know what the shape is. And then from that, imagine as you breathe, send it down through the feet, out, roots of a tree, let it come back up, let it charge up the lower dantian. So now we might be able to charge up enough energy so that we can root without rooting. So increase your inertia without having to do all this malarkey. So you just go in 10, poof. So if somebody's trying to pull you, somebody's trying to throw you, you can immediately drop your intent, increase your inertia. Second level, middle dantian. So again, imagine a rugby-shaped football in the chest. As you breathe out, imagine through the feet, roots of a tree. Find the good energy, let it come back up. And those two work pretty quick. And now I've got a warm, ready break glow in the chest. So you know something's happening. Even if it's a lot of rubbish, you're increasing blood flow in the extremities, hands and feet are glowing, which is always a very good thing. You get a positive emotional connection, and you can test it. It's sort of what will move you. Level 3, upper dantian. So imagine a sphere, a ball, inside your head. As we did with the last two, send it down, through the feet, out, roots of a tree. This time, you might have noticed with the middle dantian, slightly finer roots for different frequencies. And then let it come back up. This one I find takes a couple of seconds longer than the others. And then comes up. There it is. And again, you're going to get a nice buzz. And as I say, old people, you're getting blood flow to the extremities, very important. Children, hopefully very soon, snowballing, so you'll be able to last that little bit longer before your fingers freeze. So that's basic standing rooting. So you're plugging into a power supply, you're charging up. Do it whenever you like. Advanced level, you can root permanently. So now you'll still be rooted. Doesn't mean you're going to have any extra effects available to you until you run out of energy. Because now, if I do a normal root, I'm plugged in the mains. I step off, I'm now battery running down. But if I plug in the mains and then have an extension cable, I'm still plugged in. So that's an advanced level. The second routing video is going to be seated, which you can have some fun with that. We can have fun with this as well. You don't need to do the routing to increase inertia and momentum, you just need the energy. And as I said earlier, you can get it any way you like. Do a Qigong set, do an energy form, a kata, even weapons katas will do it. What you eat, how you breathe, all kinds of good stuff. Okay, some fun stuff. You might want to charge it before you do it, but you don't have to. It works with most people. Blockages will stop it working. So if you've got a really gnarly old back with pinched nerves, it might not work 100%, but you might get the belt vessel working. You might get kidney and bladder meridians working, so you might get some effect. So simply, without doing any energy work, that will root 99% of people for a couple of seconds. So you can play with that one. So you can pull somebody, and then you can't pull them. Another way of doing it is just to quite tense, just wiggle like this. So it's the same effect as stamping. So you've got this wiggle on it and then you'll get it again. So now we're looking at this wave motion, which is in Tai Chi and striking techniques. Generate the energy, bang, use it. You can use a hip for one of these wave punches. Fire that hip, it will root you for a few seconds and then you'll be normal again. What you can do is simply turn your head as far as you can. And in a lot of people that will initiate a flow in a microcosmic orbit for a few seconds. So you just go, give us a push, can't move you, and then it dissipates and over you go. And I found it works the same with twisting back. So just that little twist, you have a flow, and then it stops, and then that gyroscopic effect's gone. Push, and then over you go. That's enough to play with. Thank you very much.